Hi, I'm Monday morning, and today we will be looking at this Sudoku, which I've shown you in a short second on stream yesterday. Like for me, it's Monday right now, and we streamed that on Sunday where we looked at some Sudokus. And I told you that I will record myself trying this Sudoku. So, yeah, we will try that right now. Okay, so here are the rules of this puzzle. So we have the normal Sudoku rules that apply. Normal Sudoku rules are in each box, row, and column. There has to be each number between 1 and 9 one time. So if there's a 1 here, there cannot be a 1 on either place in this box, in any place here, and in any other place in this row, and not any 1 in the rest of this column. It's only 1 in the column, row, and box. This is the normal Sudoku rule. Then we have the second rule. Digits along a diagonal cannot repeat. The diagonals are these blue, really small lines here, and here. And these are additionally lines where only 1, 1 and 1, 2 can be. So like the column, the row, and the box, the same rules apply to the 2 diagonals through the puzzle. The third rule is adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. These green lines here, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, all of these lines are German whisper lines. And that means if I have a 1 here, this line that's adjacent to it on the line has to be at least a 6, because the difference between 1 and 6 is 5. It could be a 7, it could be an 8, or it could be a 9, but it has to be higher than and including 6. The other way around, it works the same. If it's a 6, it can only be a 1. Or if it's a 7, it has to be 1 or 2, because the difference between those has to be greater than 5. 5 or greater than 5. Then we also have these pinkish purple lines, magenta, Rennbahn form. Like the digits along the magenta Rennbahn, which is like these purple lines. They form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. We have these here. Then we have the cages. We have these cages. They have a sum, like this box and this box have to be summed up together, making 9, which is here the clue in the corner. So if it's like 3 and 6, that would be 9. And for example, 2 and 7. And the black dot, which we only have 1 here, has cells with values 2-to-1 ratio. That means if I have 1 here, I have a 2 here. If I have a 2 here, it could be a 1 or a 4. That's like a 2-to-1 ratio. Then we have the white dots. The white dot has consecutive numbers. So next to a 1 has to be a 2. Next to a 2 it could be a 1 or a 3. Next to a 5 could be a 4 or a 6, because those are the numbers that are right next to it. So yeah, and not all dots are given. So we can have this 2-to-1 ratio or the consecutive numbers anywhere in the puzzle. but here we definitely have that. Should we start with solving? I'll give it a try. Okay, let's look at it. So the timer starts, and I have to work with clues here because this is way too much. So for this one, there are different styles of clues. We can highlight it, we give the boxes different colors. Then we can do notes in the center, and we can do notes in the corners. For here, for the 9, I'll write down that I could be a 1-8 pair, a 2-7 pair, or a 3-6 pair. So 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, and the same for these two. 1-8, come on, 2-7, 3, and 6. These could be the combinations that we have here. For these two, it can either be a 1-2, a 2-4, and a 4-8 because it has a 1-2 ratio. Or it could be 3 and 6 because 3 and 6 is also 1-2 ratio. I cannot say anything specific about these here yet. Then we have higher and lower on these lines here. So can we say anything about those? I'm not sure yet. So one of those has to be a higher and one has to be a lower number. Yes. So let's start with that. The lower number is a light yellow, and the higher number will be a dark purple. Or like, no, we don't know which is which yet. It could be also lower number the purple and higher number the yellow. But we will use these colors because if you have a high number or low number, the opposite has to be here. And this has to be an opposite of that. And this has to be an opposite of that. And this. So we know if this is like a higher number, higher numbers are in this case 6, 7, 8, 9. Then this would be a lower number, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 6, 7, 8, 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can also fill in the gaps here. This has to be a lower number or like higher number, like the opposite of this. I will call them purple and yellow numbers now to be less confusing for myself. We have the purple number here and the yellow number here. We technically have the same constellation over there, but I probably should choose different colors there because it could be the opposite. So let's choose this orange and this I want to choose red. Let's go with gray? No. I don't like green on this. No. Pink. And we have to do a different color here. Like this? Yeah, I think that's different. enough. So this one has to be yellow again. Then we have this one being pink. This dark yellow. This is pink. This is pink. This will be yellow and pink. No, this is not yellow, this is pink. This is yellow. Sorry. This is consecutive. So this could be yellow plus 5. Or could it be, if we define yellow as 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, and this has to be consecutive to that, it has to be yellow plus 5. Let's mark it like that for now. It can't be 5. Wait, it cannot be 5. Because it's on a German whisper line. And 5 cannot be on the German whisper line. Which also, by the way, tells us that this one has to be a 5. Because on these diagonals, this is the only spot where it's a 5. The reason why a 5 cannot be on a German whisper line, the green lines, is because the 5 has no number between 1 and 9. It is at least 5 away. Because 1 is only 4 away and 9 is only 4 away. So this has to be 5. So yeah, we have the 5 in the first box. For these here, we know that the 5 has to be in one of these white spots. Because it cannot be on the German whisper line again. Yeah. Now, what else do we know? If we would know that these are lower numbers or like all the same kind of number, we could define like, okay, we have gotten all of the lows or all of the highs, but I don't know if they're the same yet. I have to make a connection between these first. Anything else? I can try and highlight more here. Then let's do white. Oh no, gray and black here. Maybe. To see that. And this red and this color, this salmon color, I don't know. I hope it's not too hard to see. We have the same with these here, with high and low. At this point we have two little colors. I don't want to use green because it's probably hard to see for some people. But maybe I can make do with this light green and purple. Okay. These are all connections. Can I rule out any... Okay, or can I make any connections? How can I connect these with each other? So the connection is probably in here somewhere. Like figuring out which colors work together. So, or in this 9 a clue. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we have 1 in these 2. These are high or low. So we have 1 high or low in here, 2 high or low in here, and 1 high or low in here. So there's 4 of the same already. So these 2 have to be the other one. So if we can figure out connections, we can also figure out like the starting point of this German whisper. Well, then we could also look at the Rennbahn lines. So we have the 5 here, and we have to have consecutive numbers. So this could be like these. Let's look at this line first. The line along here, going from bottom left to top right. These 3 numbers have to be consecutive. So it can be 5, 6, 7, or it can be 4, 5, 6, or 3, 4, 5 in any order. So it could be the 4 here and the 3 up here, or anything. It only has to be consecutive numbers anywhere on this line, as far as I know. So this can be, there can be some stuff ruled out. As there's a 5, it has to be, it cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2, it can be 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, so it cannot be 8. So it can only be 3 or 4 or 6, which rules out the 1, and that was it on this one, I think. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Right? The 3 and the 6? No, the 4 is ruled out, because it cannot be 4 to 4. So 4 to 2, 4 to 8, 6 to 3, and 3 to 6. But we've ruled out some options. And this one can be 3, 4, 6, and 7. The chance of light yellow being a low number is higher now than the high number, but it is not 0. It can also be the 6, plausibly. Can I do anything else? I mean, I can do the same thing here. 3, 4, 6, 7. And 3, 4, 6, 7. Which gives us because there are 4 spots in this box where we have these 4 numbers. We cannot put those numbers in any of these 4 spots. along the other line. So this means this line consists of 1, 2, and 8 and 9. 1, 2, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 8, 9. Okay. So we know one of these colors is 1 and 2, and one of these colors is 8 and 9. We don't know which is which. What else do we know? What else do we know? Can we rule out something major in this one? It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not much ruled out. We can play around with these Renban lines because we know that there has to be a 5 on any of these. Wait, like this. So we know it has to be 4 around the 5. So it can be 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this is good. Or 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh, come on. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the maximum. So one of these 4s has to be either there has to be a 1 or a 9 on either of these. And the one that we don't have on there, so it is either 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5, 6, 7, 8, because the one that's not on here is in the middle here, because this is a high number and a low number. So it's either the high numbers that are outside in the purple, the low numbers on the Renban line, and the 1 or the 9 in the middle, like the opposite in the middle. And the same scenario, we have that over here in that side. A 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's mark that like that because I can remember the scenario like that. Okay. Is there anything more that I know? If this one is yellow, these two have to be pink. Because this line here, if this one is a high number or a low number, these two have to be the opposite. Which means this purple stuff is the opposite of the pink stuff because there can only be 4 high or 4 low numbers. And if this would be the same, it's more than 4. We also have ruled that out because if this is 1, this has to be 9, this is 1, this has to be 9. These are the 2 spaces where we can rule that out. Is there anything more? But I can't wait. That means to make it easier for myself, I like the yellow purple stuff better. So let's recolor these into a light yellow. And these into a dark purple. Now it's easier to see. What else? What else is there? We have these here. There are 2 of them. They have to be opposite of each other. So one has to be yellow plus 5. And one has to be, like these have to be yellow plus 5. And these have to be purple plus 5. Oops, this one is not supposed to be colored. So now we know the 5 has to be here. Because one of... Oh no, we don't know that. It could be in one of these spaces. I retract my statement. Because if this is not yellow, if this is a 5, it could be here. But if the 5 would be anywhere else, we could put the 5 in here. But we don't know that yet. We could know, though, that this is also yellow and these 2 are purple. Because these have to be either yellow or purple. And then it's 4. If it would be yellow, there would be 5 yellows, and there cannot be 5 yellows. So these 2 have to be purple. So this one has to be yellow. That means these 2 are yellow. We're getting there. We're getting there. Is there more? We have 3 yellows and 3 purples here. So 5 has to be in one of these, on one of these 2 spots. One of these 2 have to be a 5. there more? Can I figure out more about, like, maybe with the 5? The 5 cannot be on the Rennbahn. Oops. On the Rennbahn line here and here. Maybe I should use a different color for the yellow because you don't see where I put my mouse. Let's use the dark yellow for these, because we are gonna get rid of that, and do the light yellows in the salmon color. That's probably easier to see. Okay. Is there more? I don't know. Where? Oh, in this row we have these 5 included in that. We cannot say anything about that box yet. Box 8. I'm calling the boxes like they are numbered, like the numbers are here, because it's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. We can say something about this line. So if this is salmon colored, this has to be purple, and this has to be salmon colored. Because opposites. It has to be opposites. And one of these is purple and one of these is salmon colored. They cannot be the same. Is there any way to find out which is which? So we have 3, 4, 6 here. If pink would be light and the upper one is also pink, it could be 3 and 4. It would work. Yeah, those work. I cannot exclude anything there. There's another interaction here. We have the 5 here or the 5 here, and whichever one the 5 is in blocks the 5 here in this column. So it has to be the horizontal one and the other one has to be in the column. So the 5 cannot be in these spaces and this one. 5 has to be in one of these 3 spaces. Which it could also, with one of them, it could be blocked by these 2. We don't know which one. So these 3 could be a 5. Same up here. It is definitely blocked here, 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 and here. It can be here and here. So it's not completely the same. But it's also already blocked in a few more spots. And here as well, it will definitely be blocked here, 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 and can only be left or right. Do we know anything else about this Renban? It has 2 salmon-colored ones. It might have a 5. We don't know if it has a 5. It has 2, 3, 6, or 8. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So it could be maximum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it could be all of the numbers. It could be only high or only low. It could also be a mix of both, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we essentially don't know anything about it. Maybe. Okay, so here, if the blue ones would be, let's say the blue ones would be the lower numbers, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 of these numbers, then here 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then this would be, like, if it would be lower numbers, it would be 6 here, and 2 of the lower numbers would already be blocked for here and here. Okay, I think this would still work. But could I know if it's the same or something different? I don't think so. Because it could be low, high, low, high, high, low, high, low. Or high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Could both be possible, right? One more thing that could also be useful is this Fistomephil ring that I've talked about last stream, which is like the interesting theory that if you have the force sets here and here, like this, the 2 upper rows and the 2 bottom rows, we have 4 sets of 1 to 9. If we look at those I'll show you a picture of the Festomorph theorem. I think it's hard to show you right now because I don't want to mess up my colors. So we have the... Let me pause while I explain that. If the picture you see some red lines. These are 4 sets of 1 to 9. Then you have, on the second picture, you have some blue cells, which are 5 sets of the digits 1 to 9. Then, if you overlap them, you have some green overlap. If you take out, these are the same numbers 2 times. If you take out the box 5, the middle box, you have the blue ones being 4 sets of 1 to 9, and the red ones also being 4 sets of 1 to 9. And because they are counted double, you can take out the green numbers. So you know that in the blue ring, these are the same numbers as in the 4 red corners. And if you look here, these things here make a nice ring around box 5, similar to the Festomorph ring. And that might be helpful also. We know that we know something about these numbers in the corners. So it might be a good back and forth. So we know, for example, that on that ring has to be a 5. Because it has at least a 5, if not 2. Because you have these here, which is like, one of them has to be a 5 here, these 2, and these 2. Or it has to? Well, technically it has to be 2 5s already because of this. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it has to be a 5 on this ring and on the other ring, the other Renban line. So it is like it is probable that we have 2 5s here. It could also be here, but it could also be not. But we don't know. We don't know for sure. But that makes the 5 being here, because it's technically the only place where it could go on the Renban line. On this one, it makes it pretty sure that the 5 is here. So let me explain. This one has to include a 5, and this one has to include a 5 because it's 5 places long. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but the 5 cannot be included. Like, it could also be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but the 5 is still included. So, looking at the max numbers, it still has to be included. On this line, the 5 can only be here, because this is one high or low number. This is on the German Whisper. This is on the German Whisper and can only be high or low. This one has the 5 excluded because of the Kropki dot. And this one has the 5 excluded because they are seeing each other. That's what you call it if it's like in the column and you cannot do the 5 because there is already a 5, the normal Sudoku rule. So it has to be here. So I can put the 5 here. That also means that I can put the 5 here. Because the same thing applies there, with the exception of this one. Wait, Does it then work? Does it work then? Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't work there then. Let's mark that in the center for now, until I'm sure. But we can delete these 5s. And we can remove the 5 from these spaces. 5 has to be either here or here. So one where it's vertical, it's definitely down. We got 2 5s now. We've got 2 whole numbers in there after 45 minutes. That's what hard Sudokus are. At least if I'm playing them. What else can I know? Can I know something else? I mean, if the 5 would be in here, we could see this one. So then we would know that it's here. So these 3 have to include a 5 definitely, and these 3, because this is already seen. Oh no, these 3 not, because this could be a 5. But if this is not a 5, it has to be in one of these 3 spaces. This is not a 5, it has to be in these 2. If this is not a 5, this is a 5, this is a 5, and the 5 is here. If this is a 5, there's no 5 here, so it has to be up there. That's the right way to argue this. But this does not tell me anything yet. Oh, I found something interesting. So we have here either we have 1 and 2 or 8 and 9. So both of these cannot be a 1-8 pair, because it's either 1 that's blocked out in this whole row or 8 that's blocked out in the whole row, because we have either 1 and 2 or 8 and 9. And this gives us, I'll show you, 1, 8, let's do it like that, 1, 8 out. So we have 2 possibilities for 9 now. Either 2 and 7 or 3 and 6 to make the sum of 9. But we have 2 killers for 9 here in the same row. So one of them has to be 2 and 7, and the other one has to be 3 and 6. Now, if purple would be low, then we have 1 and 2, which blocks out the 2 for both of these 9 killers. So that would be unsolvable. So it has to be 8 and 9, like in this here. So we can get rid of 1 and 2, because otherwise the killers would be impossible, which tells us now which is high and which is low. So this these pink ones are low and the purple ones are high. So we can get rid of 3 and 4 here, because 6 and 7 are high. This one is low, it's 3 and 4. This is a 1. And all of these corners can get the 1 removed. Let's focus on this side first. This one has to be either 6 or 7, so 2 and 3 be gone. This one is 6 and 7 be gone. Then these here will be low, so 8, 7, 6 be gone. And here is 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll do the opposite over here, or maybe we take out 8 and 9 here first. So this is, oh, I forgot that. Why is there an 8 in here? 7 and 6 be gone. Here's 6, 7, 2 and 3 be gone. This one is definitely a 9. These here are not 9, but 1, 2, 3, 4. And these 4 are 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we got our colors. We got finally high and low solved. This is really, really good. Like, huge progress. Do I know something about the top half then? I know something more about this one here. So this cannot be 3. This is not much, but it's still something. We also know that 1 and 2 are completely blocked in this column because they have to be in these 2 spots. So it's definitely in this column already. One has to be in one of these 3 marked spots here, because this line is blocked by this 1 and 2, and this line is blocked by the 1 here. So it has to be in one of these 3 spots. Here's something else that's interesting. So there is a possibility this is 2, like the 2 and 4. If this is 2, this has to be 3. And this has to be 2. And this works out. But like, it's interesting to see that it could affect each other. We have to have a 2 in this row and in this row, and we know one of these is blocked with box 5. We have this row already blocked in box 4 or 6, but the top and the bottom has to have one in the other box, and this is one possible place. It could be in one of these 2, because we don't know which is high and which is low. But one of these has to be high and one of these has to be low. And if it's high here and low here, no, one of these has to be high and one of these has to be 5. And the other high and low is here. It is probable, like the probabilities are speaking for this being a high number. And that would mean the high numbers are taken, which would make this a low number and this a high number. We don't know that yet. It's just a chance of 2/3 because of this square. If it is true or not, we will have to see. I want to look at this Renban again, because we have 2 low numbers. And like, for example, can we even make the 8? Because 2 low numbers, it has to have at least 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 5. It cannot be 8 here, because for it to be getting to 8, it has to have only one of the lower numbers. So this has to be 2 or 6, which gets the probability for this being a lower number higher. Now it's a 50-50. And does this mean... No, this square could still be a 6. But there has to be a 3 and 4 at least in these. I want to make something different here. Make corner marks with 3 and 4. Oh, I cannot do this for here. Oh, I can do it. Just so the marking is different, because it's not within the box, but on the handband, which is important, because otherwise I could say, oh, if there's 3 and 4 in here, they cannot be in the other ones. Oh, there's something other interesting. Okay, so there's no 5 in here. So the pink ones are taken. This cannot be a low number. Let's get rid of these again. This cannot be a low number. This has to be a high number. It has to be purple. Which means there has to be at least a 6. This means a 1 is not included on this Renban. Because 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And it could also be 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. But the 1 is not here. Take out the 1 here, which makes these two unable to be 1. Because the 1 is already in the bottom row in box 8. So it cannot be in the bottom row in box 9. So one of these has to be 1. And this has to be a 6 or 7. And these two have to be a 3 or 4. But this cannot be 3. Because the 3 has to be in the killer cages here. So this has to be a 4. And this has to be a 3. Which gives us 2 more numbers to work with. Now, let's look at how this affects everything. This one cannot be 4 anymore because it's seen by this 4. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. Here, this one, and that one, those cannot be 3 anymore. As well as this one, which can also not be 3 anymore. Excuse me. This one has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 or 9. Because it has to be 3, like 5 away from 3. This one can only be, if it's 8 or 9, it can be everything on the low end, but it cannot be, let's put this in here. It cannot be 4 for starters. It cannot be 2 or 3 because it's already in the killer cages, which gives us a single digit that it's possible. So this has to be 1, which tells us nothing about this square. But what tells us something about this square is the white Kropki dot. Because these two have to be next to each other, which is only possible with 7 and 8, because 6 and 8 are not directly next to each other. Reminder, this has to be consecutive numbers because of the Kropki dot. 7 and 9 are not consecutive. The only consecutive numbers that are possible in here is 7 and 8. I don't exactly remember why this has to be 6 and 7. Because 5 is out there and 8 and 9 are in these two. So the 6 has to be up there. And there's an 8, which makes this one unable to be 8. And this one unable to be 1, which leaves only one square in this box 9 where the 1 can be, which gives us another 1, which makes the 1 only able to be here, up there. Anything else? I don't see anything else yet. No. Okay. We've got some numbers now. Oh, wait, we can get rid of the 7 in these. No! Undo. This was the wrong button. I want to get rid of the center markings 7 here. Oh, another interesting thing is this cannot be 3 anymore. The 3 is locked in here in these two squares in box 9. That means this one cannot be 3. Because if the 3 is here, in this box, the 3 is here, it has to be in these two. Oh, I see something else. So from the 7, this has to be 5 at least away. The 4 is not 5 away from 7, so this has to be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's exactly 5 away. From the 9, it's not important because even 4 is 5 away, but from the 7, this can only be 2. Which makes this one a 3-4 pair, and this one is not 4 anymore, this one can only be 2 and 5 now. And also this has to be 4 because it cannot be 2. And now this one cannot be 4 anymore. Anything else? No. I think here the only one that's 5 away from 4 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So this one has to be 9. We've got another number which tells us that these two, oh, wrong button, cannot be 9. 9 has to be over here. This is open then, but okay, this one number is given, which technically locks the 9 in here, because this is blocked by the 9 up here. These are blocked by the 9 here and also the killer cage. This one is already 8. And this one, even if it would be a high space, it cannot be 9 because of this 9 here. So this is the only space that can be a 9. Doesn't tell us much about the killer cage here. Another thing is I don't think this one can be 6 because even with the lower number, the 3 is not 5 away from 6. With the lower number, the 3, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be at least 8. Which does tell us that this has to be an 8. Because if it has to be at least 8 or 9 for the 3, it can only, and 9 is not possible here. We also know that this is 3. Like, the other ones are not possible with the combinations that we have given. Which means this one is a 6. Which leaves us this to be a 7. Because, wait, it cannot be a 6 anymore, it cannot be an 8 anymore, so the only option is 7. Which gives us that these two are neither 8 nor 7, but a 6-9 pair. 6-9, funny number. Okay, we're getting started. It's starting to solve itself. It's starting to unravel. Oh, this one cannot be an 8 anymore. This one cannot be a 7 anymore. And we have a 6-7 pair. Oh, this already is a 6, so this has to be a 7. 7. Then this one has to be a 6. And this one has to be a 9. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everything is here. This one is a 6. Then this one cannot be a 6. We have a 5-8 pair here. Is there more? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, this one can't be 3. Now we have a 4-6 pair here, which leaves anything out here to be impossible to be a 4 and 6. Like the 4 is already given in this box, but it locks the 4 in this box in here. Because it cannot be in these 3 spaces, it cannot be here and here, it cannot be up here, so it has to be here. And this one has to be a 5 then. Because the 5 has to be in one of these 2 spaces. Which leads this to be a 2. This to be the 5. Because this one is blocking these 5s. And I think we should get rid of stuff then. These 2 cannot be 5 anymore. Anything else? This one is a 1 and 2 combination. Just to help memory. These ones can't be 2. I knew I had something missing here. So these are 3 and 5. which leaves these 3 to be 2. No, undo. Two. Come on. These 3 to be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 not. 6, 7. No, 6. The 6 cannot be in the one to the right. Why have I not gotten rid of that? Which gives us a naked single here. Ta-da! And here, is there anything that's interacting with this? 2 could interact with that in the future. 6 and 4 will solve like a little bit here. Like the 2 cannot be in the middle. It has to be somewhere else. So 2 can't be here. Like this. The 2 has to be in one of these spots, and the other spot is like given kind of by the 4 and 6. This could interact with that. The 3 and 4 solving here. The 3 and 5 solving here. Oh no, this doesn't interact with the 3 and 4. Wait, there is a 1 on this Renban. So this Renban has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because there has to be a 5. Does there have to be a 5 on there? Could the 5 not be here and here? Is there a reason why it could only be on those 2 spots? Or why there has to be 1 on those 2 spots? Oh, wait, yeah, because the 5 is always included in the Renban. So it has to be a 5 and a 1, like, because if we start with 1, it has to be a 5 on there. Okay, so these have to be 2, 3, 4. With this one not being able to be a 2. This one not being able to be a 2. This one not being able to be a 3. This one can't be a 3 either. Something else? But this will interact with these 3s and 4s down here. And the 4s here. If there's a 4 here, this has to be a 2. This has to be a 6. These will interact. What could would these 2 be? So if the other one, if this is 1, it still can be 2. Yeah, the one from 6 and 7 has to be in here. There has to be an 8 in there. So if the 1 isn't in here, it has to be in these 2 spots. I'm not marking this down yet. 2 can be in one of those 2 spots. It can't be here. It could only be here. But if this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is blocked, this is 2. If this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this could be 2, this could be 3. So it's not a given. If I'm correct. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 would still work. What else does have to be down here? Maybe I can find something. There have to be 8 and 9 here. Which will probably be solved like these. At some point. Do we have something else like number 8 here? 1, 2 has to be over here. 3 could be anywhere up there. 4 is already in there. 5 is locked up there. If it's not in here, it has to be in these 2. What's with 6? 6 cannot be here, 6 cannot be here, 6 has to be here or here. Can be here. 7. Same thing. Well, it can be here as well. 8 and 9 are already given. So it's only the 5 that's definitely up there. Doesn't tell us much. These here have to be 1, 2, 3 or 5. Depending on what's down here. But there have to be 1 and 2 in there. Oh, this has to be a 4. Because we have the rule digits along a diagonal cannot repeat. And we have a 6 down here. So this cannot be a 6. This has to be a 4, which tells us, highlights, these are 7 colored and these are purple. And this one is a 6, which makes this and this purple, and this salmon. Which tells us that this one is not a 4 and this one is not a 6. Which helps us a little. Just a little. These two then have to be 5 and 7. Or all of these have to be 5 and 7. So let's highlight them like that. Can the 5 be here? Maybe. I'm marking them 5 and 7. Is there... So if it's 6 or 7, like this one has to be... Yeah, this one is kind of 7 colored. All of these are 7 plus 5, kind of. Like this. This has to be purple then. Because the other one cannot be here, so this one cannot be 5. Because this has to be 6 or 7. If there's only 2 spots where 2 numbers can go, there cannot be any other numbers in these spots. Because where else would those numbers go? And this one cannot be 6, because there is a 6 already here. So this one has to be 7, which tells us this is a 6, this is a 3, this is a 7, and this is a 2, this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is a 1. I hope you followed along. This was a lot. This was a whole lot. This one cannot be 3 anymore. This one cannot be 4 anymore. This has to be 5. Which makes this 1, no 2, so this is a 2. And this is a 8-3 pair then. Yes. This one cannot be 5 anymore because we have 5 consecutive non-repeating digits. So this cannot be 5. This cannot be 4 anymore, which leaves us with a naked 2. This one has to be 4 then, because it cannot be 2 anymore. This one has to be 3 because it cannot be 4. This one cannot be 2, so it has to be 6. This one cannot be 6 anymore, so it has to be 4. This one cannot be 4 anymore on 2 sides, so it has to be 2. We're getting there. Can we solve it before 2 hours? I don't know. I never know. Let's get this one uncolored. This one salmon colored. This one is purple colored. These two salmon colored because why not? Makes it easier to see. Spot stuff and stuff. Makes it easier to spot high and low numbers for up here. For example, I know already that one of these two has to be 5. And we have to have one more salmon colored one and the other ones will be purple. And depending on what we know by then about these numbers, we can probably already fill that in as soon as we know. As soon as we know where the salmon colored square is, we can fill that one in because this has to be a 1. And it has to be either here or here because the 1 cannot be here. Because there's already a 1 here. The 1 has to be in one of these 3 spots and these 3 spots, but that doesn't tell us much at the moment. What tells us a lot is the 6, right? Because 6 has to be 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be a 1. So this one has to be the 1, which tells us this one cannot be salmon colored. Let's just do it like that. So the salmon colored one is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This does tell us where the 5 is, right? Because we have to have the 3 or 4 somewhere. It cannot be here because it's both blocked here. And if it's like a 3 and 4 pair, also in the column, there cannot be a different number. So it cannot be a 5. It has to be a 3-4 pair. This means this is the only option where the 5 can go, which tells us it's here. And it tells us also oh my god. That's why I want to discolor them. I was like, this tells us this is a purple one, but there's already 4. I thought I made a mistake already. So purple, purple, and purple. And here we have 6, 7, and 9. So this one has to be an 8. For this one has to be a 6 or 9. Again, 96. And here we have a 7 or 8. And this one is 6, 7, 6 and 8. No, it's naked 6, right? Because it cannot be 7, it cannot be 8. Oh, it could be 9. Is it 6, 9? Again? Yeah, it's 6, 9 again. And this one cannot be 8 because the 8 is already here, so this one has to be 7. Okay, we have a 6, 9 pair there. Yeah. And this one has to be salmon colored. Because the 5 is down here, we have 4 purple ones. And this one has to be salmon colored. With this one, we have 1 salmon colored and 1 purple colored. These ones. These have to be 1 and 2. Because 3 and 4 are already taken. So 1, 2 pair. This means the 1 and 2 cannot be here, which sets up nicely. One of these has to be a 3, 4. What about over here? This one could be discolored, so... But we already have 4 of the purple ones, so these have to be salmon 5. with the 2 definitely included in that one. It could be 3, but the 2 cannot be here. But no, it couldn't. We have one more of these light colored, the 7 colored ones for this box. Because one of them has to be discolored in column 3. Oh, this cannot be a 6. This has to be a 9 because there's a 4 on the German Whisper. And it has to be 5 away, and 6 and 4s are not 2 away. This means this is a 9. This is a 6. Which gives us the whole row 3. This one has to be a 7, because we have 6, 8, and 9 here. Which tells us the 7 is here. Because these here are blocked by these 2 7s. The top row is blocked by this 7, the bottom row is blocked by this. We have this one being the only spot the 7 can be in by normal Sudoku rules. So we have 2 spots where the 8 and 9 can be, so this is 1, 8, 9 as well. Because it could be that the 8, 9 is both in the lower spots and up here it's not. 1, 8, 9. The 6 can only be here. And the other ones have to be 8 and 9. The other ones have to be either 8 or 9. So it's 6, 8, 9. And this one is 5, 1, 8, 9, which is too much to write down at the moment. Because this will only get confusing. We know this one. This has to be a 2 because it cannot repeat. And the 1 is already here. This is a 2, which works with the 7. Because 7 plus 5 is 2, 2 plus 5 is 7. This way around. This one has to be a 1 then. This can't be a 1. Which leaves the 1 to be here. Come on. Here, this one cannot be a 1 anymore. 8, 9 pair here. Here and here. These all will interact. Which gives us this one as the 1 for box 2. Because row 1 is blocked, row 3 is blocked, and the middle is blocked, and this one is blocked. Normal Sudoku. The 5 is only able to be here. So this is a 5. Let's put that in color. This in color, and these two both in purple. The 5 cannot be here anymore. It has to be either here or here. And one of these has to be 6 and 3, 4, 6, 3 and 4. What do we know about this one? We have 8 here. Because of the non-repeat on the diagonal. This means this is a 3. This is a 8. This one has to be a high number then. This one has to be 9. Or could... No, this one can't be 9. Can't be 9. It has to be here. But that means... This one either has to be 5 or this has to be 5. Well, I mean, yeah, that was obvious, kind of. Because this one cannot be 5. These two are already given, so it has to be in one of these two because of Sudoku. So this is a 4 square. Wait, can this be 4? Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5 here. And this one is 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. And this is still correct. Where's the thing that solves the knot? There's a knot here. Oh, this 2 says that this cannot be a 2 anymore, which means this has to be a 2. Then we have a 3, 5 pair here. Where else are mistakes? Three and 4 and 6. 6 here. 6 is down here. These two. 3, 4, 5 still works. Oh no. I'm not seeing it right now. Oh! There's a 9. These two can't be 9. So this leaves this with only being able to be an 8. This is a 9. This is an 8. This is a 9. This is an 8. Then this has to be a 9. This has to be a 6. Which makes this a 6. And then we have to get rid of some numbers. Or like at least this one. 3, 4, 3, 4. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good here. Let's color them because reasons. This one I want the dark. One not as solved. How do I solve the other one? Oh, no, wait, this one, maybe. 4 plus 4 is 8, so it cannot be, this has to be a 3. Because it has to be 5 away from each other, which is 3 plus 5 is 8. Which means this has to be a 5. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 5. This has to be a 3. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 3. And this has to be a 4. I think I got it. I want to... We have got it in 156 or something. I want to color it. And we'll check in a second if it's correct. Oh, no, wait, this one. This has to be a 3. It's correct! I've done it! I solved it. Now let me color it properly. This one is not colored. Everything else is correct. Yes. Got it! We solved the Sudoku in 1 hour and technically 56:45 because I missed that I had to put it in the last number. Yay! We solved the hard Sudoku. Well, it's 1 star on Logic Masters Germany. Well, this is the easy ones here, and this is the hardest. Well, I have solved some 2-star rated, but this is the hardest that I am comfortable with solving. Yeah, I love to do these because it teases my brain rather well. this is my current level at Sudoku. And I'm quite fine with that, because I have fun with it. And I hope you had fun watching. Maybe we'll do that again, if you're interested. And yeah, thanks to Megan033 for making this puzzle. And I hope you had fun watching. We'll see each other sometime soon. Until then, bye bye!